Thank you for joining us today on this live show. Check it out. I have some new CRTs that I have purchased here, and I was just getting through testing them. I got these from Facebook Marketplace in a barn, and today I want to check out one of them specifically on our live stream. That's this beautiful wood grain Sylvania right here. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, look at that. How awesome is that? I just love the aesthetics. Now this thing's filthy, so to test it I've got Dreamcast hooked up into the RF reflex into this, because this is an RF only CRT. Let's power it on here. Let's see what we got. Oh yes, Gun Lord. Very cool. We're on channel 4 here, and this one, see, it's got like an OSD with all kinds of options on here, and that makes me think that we might be able to RGB mod this, possibly. I'm not sure. We need to open it up and check it out. So we're going to take this right now over to the bench area and see what's going on. Now again, if you're joining live today, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It does help out. But yeah, I'm going to cut everything off, and let's have some fun with this TV. So let's unplug that. Oh, that's everything. There's the TV going off. And let's just go right now. Take this lovely machine. Oh. Take this lovely machine out to our shop. There's some more CRTs everywhere, right? Oh goodness, this is not as easy to do live as I anticipated. We're gonna skip taking a dip in a hot tub today, and we're gonna go straight to the shop with this thing in here. And then we'll get it set up somewhere in here. All right. Let me set this down. And we'll situate it. And we'll get it torn apart. Let's do that. Wow. Hello. Hello. How is everybody doing today? Are you ready? Are you ready for a teardown? I almost had that transition nailed, but what can you say? At least I had a little suspense to the beginning of the show there. Welcome back. Welcome back to the CRT Bunker. I am your host, Steve. And it looks like the chat's rolling in here. Got some fun comments going, and I'm glad to see all you today. Please, if you're here with me today, if you haven't already, drop a like, and we can get this show rolling. Shows are rolling right here. How are you all today? Let's get this CRT torn apart. So as I just mentioned in that opening, I bought this CRT. This lovely little CRT. I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace, and I have a lot more coming on that because I actually did a little video. I showed some clips on Twitter. This all happened yesterday, so this was one of those. You saw the others in the beginning, so we're gonna look at this Sylvania. I'm really intrigued by this one. It's my favorite one I got out of the bunch. So great to see all you in. Great to see all you again here. Welcome, Seasoned Salt, Robcat, Isaac. Thank you for coming. It is a rebadge Phillips, he says. It's Magnavox. He says he has one and uses the same HUD. It has AV inputs, larger speakers mounted on the side. Magnavox RS1360. Interesting. Thank you for that bit of information, Isaac. My good friend Displaced Gamers, good to see you here today. Welcome back, buddy. Robcat, Edward, Mark, great. come back. Thank you. Brian, good to see you here. Sherman, Darth. I know it's exciting, isn't it, Darth? Jim's content. What's up, what's up there, friend? Chris, welcome back. Mohammed, hey there. And DPX, welcome, welcome. I'm doing wonderful. I know I probably look a little rough, but this is a CRT crowd. We're not winning any beauty contests, so I've got my most amazingly worn out gear on and haven't shaved in a while. Got my hair wild, so it's Thursday. We're ready for the weekend. The H454, welcome, welcome, welcome. So thank you all again for coming in, and as we get started, Demon Child, welcome. I got this little Sylvania. Let me see if I can get another camera view over here, maybe. Okay, there we go. How about that? Hey, Zion Farm. This, la is our lovely CRT of the day. And just some quick look at this thing. And, oh yeah. Mono audio, right? RF only on this one. So, I did do a little prep work. Got some tools already situated on my bench, so I wouldn't have to be scrambling like in my workshops live. So what I've got is the CRT right here, and I'm gonna like remove some bolts in it. But this is not a screwdriver. It's actually gonna be some was that hex head, right? 6 points, 6-sided hex. Anyway, so it's a bolt. So I'm gonna remove the bolts. I've prepped this already though a little bit. Yeah, so this was a bit of a dodgy experience. A bit of a dodgy experience, to say the least. I found a bunch of CRTs listed on Facebook Marketplace. And when I went to pick this one up, you know, I mean, it's close by, but it was out in the middle of nowhere pretty much at a barn. It's pretty dodgy. Ooh, how we doing? The anticipation. I'm sorry, I should have actually maybe removed all these screws ahead of time, saved a little bit of time. But I did not, alas. I did not. The title says this one is the SRW. Oh, actually, I think I got the model wrong. I don't know, there's a couple model. Oh, that's the chassis. I put the chassis number in the title, but it's actually the SRW 1350101. Let's see what year we have on this beautiful thing. 1991. So this was a conversation I had with Bob last night, because he was asking if these kind of TVs could be RGB modded. But he was getting information that if it was an RF only set, that it was a hot chassis, which is not really true, because obviously here this isn't going to be a hot chassis from 91. This is quite old, or still old, but I mean, it's not as old as the hot chassis. Those would have been in like the 1970s and earlier sets that would have hot chassis, meaning there's no isolation for the main power supply between the rest of the boards. So everything travels in the same board, and you can really get some high voltage zaps if you have not prepared for that properly. That's why I don't really work on those. And so I've got one more screw bolt right here. So I've got two down here, and then Should be able to get this guy out. So it's going back to the right for some reason. Okay. And this thing, I mean, it looks like it's been hanging out in a barn. So this guy had 4 of them. He actually had 5 or 6 CRTs, and he did a little bit of a bait and switch with me. He had advertised a really cool looking Zenith TV, and I was like, I really want this Zenith TV. It was larger, a little bit larger. It was dials, it was color working. But I got there and he's like, oh, sorry, I sold that yesterday accidentally. I was like, how do you accidentally sell this old TV? Like, you know what you're selling. Anyway. He said he sold it, but he had all these others. And I'm going to have to take this off. But I decided to buy them, if I can get it off, for $20 each. I don't think I can get that off, so I'm gonna have to put this. Give me 1 second. So the guy had a setup where he could test things. And he was using a Sega Genesis RF out. And he had an original copy of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Problem is this is too fat ahead. It's actually taking me much longer than I'd hoped. Let me see if I can find a wrench here. I don't know if there's anything in this. This might have stuff that's too large. No. Interesting. Okay. See if I can get it out. Really fun stuff here. So I'm hoping that possibly, so it's just too angled. Actually, down in there. Can't get this off now either. Let's see if I can pry it off. There we go. I'm not really ready for this thing, is it? Right? Come on, open up for me, darling. I didn't think this would be. Come on. It's not one to change. That's too big of a socket is my problem too. Feels like. All right. Let's see what we can do. Those are big enough. So this bigger. It's definitely smaller. Too small though. Bigger. Oh my word. Well, that's just a smaller. Might be too small, too small. Goodness gracious. This is not really going in to come out. Embarrassing. I don't have an extension tool for this either. Man. Can't believe it. I get this one to come out at all. Feels too big. Too big. Way too big. Big, big, big. I can't believe this thing's not wanting to come out. It's like somebody probably has been inside this TV before. Now I gotta figure out some way to get these old bolts out. So, we're gonna wrestle through all of Granddad's toolbox here and try to get this thing open. And you'll just have to sit through this with me, I guess. Oh, we are so close. It's a 5C. Getting down to these weird small ones. Oh, better beyond my stuff here. I'm like down to, because this is 5/16. I think I don't have anything smaller than that in here. Vice strips. The best thing I've got is like this plier, but it's I'm not wanting to really budge over here. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got to turn. Oh my goodness. You cursed television. It's just doing anything. Oh my. We're gonna get this thing open. Ronnie, what's up? We're trying to get this TV open. Oh my goodness. And it's just... definitely not... Oh, look at there. Ah ha ha ha. See? We just got to keep on rolling. Oh wow, that last 10 minutes was a buzzkill. Sorry everybody. Seems like I've been able to figure out something to do here. Stick this flathead screwdriver down in there And that's our first problem solved of the day. I think that's all of them. Hopefully that's all of them. Thanks to Granddad's Toolkit. All right. Like, I didn't even spring for threaded Phillips head screws on this set. They're like, ah, no. We won't waste a penny. Woo! Here we go, after all that. After all that suspense. After all that drama. Got the shell off. What kind of tube? I can't even tell. What kind of tube we got here? Oh, this is definitely got some crud in it. Interesting. Look at this. So there is like a printed mini schematic here on the top of the inside of this shell. And some warranty information here with some barcodes. That's funny. All right. What have we got? A Changhua tube. Let's get in here. Not check out my legs, right? Get to see Steve legs. Here we go. Don't want a neck board. Don't want to hit that neck board on the table. You can see right here, under there, right there, that says the tube information right there. So it's actually a good tube from the late 80s, early 90s most of the time. All right. Turn set off and short HV to CRT DAG ground. See? It even tells you on this label how to discharge this set. It said, of course, the infamous American warranty if this void if this label is removed. I'm going to see if I can zoom in here. I know it's going to distort the quality of your picture. I apologize for that. But we're going to try to get in here and look a little closer at this set. So I can't really get the camera closer, and I cannot get the... I can get a little closer. So, what I'm reading to you is this warning label. And it just says, before removing the anode cap, short or turn the set off and short the HV to the CRT DAG ground. And it says that's not at the chassis ground. What it's talking about is the ground that I've shown you before. It's this ground cable that's in here. It's this, you can just attach to this spring right there is what it's talking about. So naturally, it's unplugged. Okay. Now it tells you to do this before you remove the anode cap, which is probably a better idea, but we won't get to see it zap if we do that. Man. So this has been running about, I don't know, you saw 15 minutes ago. So the first place we would connect to would be here. Good, so there's a better spot probably up here. That's what I'm going for. There we go. It's getting connected right there. You can see it over there. Oh, that's a good camera angle. What I'm trying to do is get under there and short this cap out, because yeah, it's, I don't know what kind of cap it is. It's gonna, let's see, let me get some, let's do this. This is plastic, okay? So it can't be shorted or it doesn't conduct electricity. I just need to look under here and see what it looks like. Oh, that looks pretty thick. I can't really tell anything from that. Can't tell anything from that. Well, still can't tell anything. That's not wise. Let me get some pliers. Okay. Okay. It's definitely a regular style thing up in there. It's just very difficult for me to show it to you. Wondering if I can like pinch it right here. Push it right there and get it to, I'd like to get it to pop off so I could show you the spark if it has one. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. There we go. Woo! Okay. So I got it off. Now, let's see what happens. I have no idea. I mean, this is a 90s set. Could have a bleeder resistor. It says to do it like this. Let's see. Let's see. Let me get in here closer. Oh my goodness, baby! Whoa, that! Holy mama! Woo! I think they heard that one across the street. Whoa, it's still got it. It's still hot to trot, baby. Yowzers! I haven't been treated to a zap like that in a long time. Holy Krabby Patties! My goodness! Jump out your seat on that one. That's what they call it, the 90s. This is this early grade stuff that they are lacking on safety. I'm even afraid to touch this cap. Let's see. Oh, if that's too close, that ground cable, get off there. Holy crap, man. Oof. I mean, that was live zappage. You saw that. Oh, if that doesn't deserve a thumbs up, I don't know what does. Oh, goodness gracious. I didn't even get to see it. I just heard it and felt it. Felt it. Granddad's toolbox to the day, saving the day. Somebody's been in here because look, I got some bodges in here for the got some bodges done in here. If somebody wants to take a clip of that, I think you can on YouTube and just throw it on over to Twitter. I'll be glad to retweet. Man, whew, hang on. Oh, help me. Help me, help me, help me. I need a good cigarette after that one. I'm just kidding. Wow. Gotta love the live TV. Here we go. That's why you call the doctor, the CRT doctor. Make sure it does things the right way. Let's see. I need to document this some. In order to do that properly, I need to get my photograph of the inside of this in case I can't remember how to put it back together. That's one of the secrets to servicing in electronics, any electronics item. Take you a bunch of nice photographs of everything, all the plugs, and then I don't even understand why somebody would mess with this wire on the speaker cable here. But that way it makes it a lot easier when you're reassembling things to double check. About to pull this and then we'll take a closer look at it. There is a safety clip down here. Right here. Let me zoom out a little bit, okay? I zoomed in so far that we're losing a lot of resolution, but we can get back to it now. Remember, guys, this is live. This has to be one of the most epic live shows so far, right? If I could have cut out all the nonsense where I got stuck with the 15 minutes to take the shell off. Wow, I'm still like shaking from that one. All right, so yes, we're going to. So let me see here. I can't really tell. What I'm going to do first off is I'm going to take a picture of this because I can take these speaker cables off, I believe, right? Yeah, right there like that. So I don't even have to worry about that. And I'd rather pull everything in one solid piece, so I'm going to do the same thing with the neck board. I'm going to slowly wiggle. You see that? Can you see that? I'm going to slowly wiggle and pull this back. There's no adhesive on there. That's all I'm going to do. Just like that. That's out of the way. What's not going to be out of the way are... This is cool. So this one has... if I show you in here... First off, on this side, I have a yellow and green cable I'm dealing with right now. This is a yoke. This is one of the yoke attachments. So this is either vertical or horizontal deflection. So technically, I think you could just like swap this with the horizontal and it would make the image like flip and reverse or something possibly. Oh yeah, the faux wood grain. Oh, that's not want to come loose. What kind of connector is that? Now. Okay, let's see if I can get it out. The other side is red and blue. All right. So there's a degaussing cable connection right here. Just remove the degaussing cable connection. What else we got? We got a ground over here. That's good. That doesn't matter. Oh, this is dirty. And looks like there's another ground right here. This goes in, right, and then you pull it. Okay. There's another ground connection removed. So I see this. I've got to like pinch these things and pull them up. That's not really working. This chassis is in remarkably good shape, though. So I have to try to get my finger down in there. You know what I mean? Let's get the finger down in there. Shit. Lord have mercy. All right, I'm going to try to go ahead and pull the board out, and maybe I can get from under there and push those out. I don't want to break anything. At least secure tabs, and hopefully it should slide back unless there's something I've missed. There we go. Then I should be able to pull this out and flip it up. Yep. I just don't want to hit any of the neck pins here, but There we go. There's the green and yellow. So you gotta be so precise when you like, you know, you can't just barrel through here. Can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody screw up a chassis, putting too much pressure on them. Let's see. There we go. Woo! We got her out. There it is, the full thing. Okay, cool. All right, let's get this over here. I'm going to clear my workbench off. I'm going to go set this back. I'm going to clear the workbench off. That is a serious tube right there. Big time, big time. Yes, you can go back and watch the Zap. If you've come in late and you want to come check the stream out later, I'll be sure to put a timestamp, or somebody could put a timestamp in here for the actual moment it zaps. There's not much inside here. Not much at all. You got the speaker over there, the mounting brackets, tube and the yoke assembly, obviously. And on the tube we have our degaussing cable and our DAG ground, which DAG just means aqua DAG ground. That's it. The buttons go straight from the board straight into the sockets right there. It just needs to be cleaned out a lot. I might disassemble this completely. Well, what do we have here? We've got the board. It's really tight in here. Really tight. So I've got the board here. And we need to attempt to see what we need to expose on it to actually get inside the shell. I mean, I'm saying this, it's like heat shielding covering what could be vital components that we need to look at. Very much peculiar. Get a lot of stuff out of the way. Too many tools. All right. There we go. Here we go. I appreciate your patience, lovely people. Give me a little bit of room here to work around. And we can do this. Pushing this back. Move this stuff around a little bit. I have to clean it a little bit. It's pretty nasty. This thing has not seen daylight in a while. And I just shook about half those screws out. Okay. that usually results in pretty dirty environment. I need my mouse over here. And if I go back to this, there we go. We're gonna configure this video. Just gotta do one thing here. And make you do a quick 360 there. All right. So you can see the same angle that I am, which is down, like looking at it from my point of view. Thank you, scruffy looking RGB. This one looks pretty good. Capacitors here I'm wondering about, like this guy. It's a little bit big. It's definitely got some dirt on it. That should be good. There we go. And let's see what we've got. Yeah, so there's definitely no logic on the board that's not probably blocked by this plate right here. That's what it looks like to me. The neck board can be removed and isolated. So just to protect it, let's check and see if that's a... Yep, you're able to do that like that. Then should be able to just remove these cables. Well, that's inside of there, so it's going to want me to remove it up here. So there's that one. And then, yes, since that stays, let's take this cable with it. So we will service this CRT board. Look at this, it's the same board for 13, 19-inch, and 20-inch chassis. It's interesting. Same thing, just take that. Now I have this board right here. We're going to set it aside. Pretty simple board. Look at that. There's not a single capacitor on there. So what I'll do is I'll just reflow all the solder on this board. That'll be it for that. Now, it seems like a lot of stuff back here for an RF only input on the TV. Right? Look at all this stuff. Let's back up a little bit. This is a manually controlled camera, everybody. Now this is the input area, right? See? That's all I get. And if I'm looking at this, the way I'm going to interpret most of this is where my signal comes from for my output, or my input, RF. There is an OSD, Stefan, yeah. Showed that at the beginning. So what I need to do is get this box open. It looks like probably the best thing to do is... So here's what we should probably do. It looks like I can desolder this point and this point. And by doing that, I can maybe open this door up, is what I'm guessing that's the intent of. So let's just do that, because I really want to take a quick look and see what's under the hood here. So I should be able to hopefully do this with just some solder wick. But if we have to bust out anything larger, we will. Now look, guys, just so you know, I do have a live show, again, coming tomorrow. So not just today. Tomorrow I'm going to be joined by everybody's favorite Estonian from down under, Lewis, aka Zez Retro. He will be back with me, and we will talk about some stuff, latest happenings. So expect to see us on here. Same channel tomorrow. And again, me and Zez Retro. Right here. back in the bunker. And then I actually got a new video out. Not yet. I mean, it's coming. It's done. I've just got to get some production stuff finished on it. It's a tutorial on another RGB Mux mod, so hopefully that will be helpful. And I really did get detailed into this RGB mod that I did. It's on a Toshiba. It's a pretty common TV, I'd say, more common than this one I'm working on. And so my hope is that other people will see that and consider trying the RGB thing, or considering having me do it for them if they do not want to do it themselves. I have to turn the iron temperature up on this old board, and especially since it's such a big... Oh, there we go, yeah. I was gonna say, essentially it's a giant heat sink, so it's not like... it's absorbing the heat really well, right? I just want to clean that off, kind of. Okay, so there's the first side, right? See how that's loosened? Now I just gotta do the same thing up here. Whew, it stinks. Guess I should turn the fan on. Turn my exhaust fume fan on, so if you hear a buzz, it's that fan. Oh, that stuff stinks. Old dust and solder. There we go, look at that. That one came out really quickly. I'll hold it down, let it cool a little bit, put the iron down, turn the fan off. What I think I'm going to do is probably pry these up a little bit. I don't really want to get rid of them. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Of course, this shielding's probably pointless. All right, look at that. Got a bent. Woo! I'm about to sneeze. Here we go. All right. Ooh, how nice does that look? That was a fun little reveal. What do we have here? A nice little Toshiba chip hiding. There is a capacitor over here. And then another little IC down in this area. And just a lot of board components, clusters of capacitors and diodes. A transistor over here. So, maybe we should take a second to look and see if there's any information in the database for this TV. So let's go and search it up. Toshiba TMP 47C 634N-R401. TMP 47C 634NR401. Let's see if I get any results. Here we go. What is it? It's a semiconductor. Of course it's a semiconductor. Alright. I did find a supposed data sheet. Let's see what we see over here. Let me... There we go. Resize this a bit. There we go. Now, this is not looking very clear. Okay. What I'd like to see is the actual pin out of this chip. Let's see. Oh, looky here. Right here. There are 42 pins. Let's zoom in. Can we zoom in? Explorer. I know I can zoom in for your screen, but... Okay. There we go. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. Sorry about that. If we look in here, what do I see? I see... Interesting. I see RGB right here. So I see RGB right there, right at pin... Do you see it right in here? It's probably going to blur itself if I go too far in. Let's zoom in. I don't know. So if we look down here, this looks like RGB to me. Now I'm not sure what it says next to it because it's kind of scrambled. That would be on this other... Let's see, that would be over here. Down here, right across, right there, pin 22, right where my finger is. So what we would need to do is probably look at the schematics, because it means that I could probably inject RGB right here, and then I can get an OSD, because if we look back at, and I mean, worst case scenario, you'd jump into the chip, but preferably you'd find a different spot on here, and then we could hopefully add RGB. I don't know about that completely. I'd want to look at this clearer, but I'm going to be very surprised if one of these pins, you know, 21 to maybe 27, looks to me like possibly one of those is a chip that you could, or a spot that you could use for OSD. That's what I think it's going to be doing. And then you just need voltage and a couple of other things. So that's all pretty exciting. So maybe it can be RGB modded, because right now all we have is not even composite video. We only have RF. But so I don't know where we'd hook in. You're right. We'd have to find Luma or somewhere else to hook in for sync. That's the problem too. So we would need to find a sync spot somewhere. Now, wow. So we need sync and audio. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. So that's gonna be something to figure out a little bit more. So yeah, we may be able to use the sync. Maybe that is what 27 is, Stefan. Maybe you're right. So this is definitely one, though, that there's potential, I'll say. I've never done... see, vertical sync, right, and horizontal sync, right? That's what you're saying. It's actually defined right here on the diagram. Again, these documents, they're from dodgy places. I don't really want to download this stuff, but it lets me preview it, and we can look up the other, you know, can look up the actual board. So people were asking again, I think, about why we would restore some of these things that we do. basically to provide longer life for this set. Like you hear, you know that, oh, I lost my camera, looks like, when I grabbed it. Hang on, everybody. Hang on, everybody. We'll see if we can get this camera back. There we go. I think we're back. Not really. Never mind. I don't know why it is always this camera, but it definitely is. Okay. So my overhead camera just froze up on me. I'm trying to wake it back up. May just unplug the thing. Looks like. Hey Mark, welcome in. Okay, let's see where we are. Don't want to unplug the wrong thing. Go. All right, reset. Let's see. All right, everybody. I apologize for this camera. Okay, come on here. But it's definitely locked up, and I'm afraid it's gonna lock up the stream. Because now it's like OBS is not responding to me. So just bear with me 1 second. Let's see what happens here. With that. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me see if I get him back here. And then I'm not sure what happened. Apparently just by me touching this camera, it's totally hurt it. There we go. I think we're back. Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna roll it. And there we go, we're back at it. Okay. I don't think there's anything important in here for our thingy. Yeah, this camera's worn out. I think it's more the camera. Mark, I actually have a better, because I use a different streaming PC that's much better. All right, you're looking at deflection right in there. I don't know about this capacitor. Looks a bit dodgy. It might not be. It's a Nishikon. Let's pull it and see what it looks like. See how dodgy it looks. Says C 432 down here. 432. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit my FR301 in there and let you see it. It's gonna be too close to the action. So I'm just gonna have to do this. Which one did I say? 432, right? Is that what I said? Doesn't really matter. So this just acts somewhat like a sponge as it heats up. You can tell I'm not actually heating up the side of the board the components on. I'm just heating directly onto the wick. The John wick, I mean solder wick. There we go. See how it just sucks up that. You don't have to add extra flux with, if you get the right solder wick. This has flux built in it. Now it will get hot. Should trim it. But there we go. That probably is good enough to get it out. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yes, okay. See, this is the one I'm looking at right here. Hopefully I don't mess the camera up by, well, by pulling it out. 100 UF, 200 volts. Ooh, don't really know if I have a replacement for this. 105 degree. This is a really nice capacitor. You know? These, this is a Nichicon 105 degree capacitor. I mean, that's super high-end for a RF only television, you know? You don't normally see that. Anyway, before I go much further, let me document this. And I'm going to write down the capacitor value here. Oh, good to hear that, Robcat. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. Let's see. Sylvania. And the first capacitor is C432. C432. Let's take a reading on it. It's a 200 volt, 100 UF. I'll put that in the tray. Let's see if there's any other ones that I want to pull just for now. Like while I'm working here with you. Why don't we just pull all these? Because we're not going to actually, I mean, I'm not putting this together. I'm going to pull all these inside this heatsink zone. We're going to go ahead and remove all these. So, next up, let's go for this one right here on the edge. This one's not as nice. Not as nice as the last one. This is C447. And we'll take it out. Focus there, baby. This is the lovely camera that's either a go-to, wonderful, like super easy to use, or it just doesn't want to work. Now I might need to trim my stuff down here a little bit, or turn the heat up, probably. Well, it's already on 750. Goodness. Let's try to get that. You can come in here and just like try to get that solder molten. So it's been there for a while. Get that leg wiggling, just the single leg. Don't lift the other leg. Same thing over here, Will. So that one's gonna come out quick. So let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Today, you make me feel so young. There they are, right over here. Okay, so when you get to this point, just trim this thing. Like those annoying nose hairs that never stop growing. Trim it down. There we go. Now we're getting a better reaction. Because it just has less area to heat up. I think that'll be good. Let's see. There we go. Another Nichicon, but I don't think it's a think it's a SI end of one. There we go. Right there. Can everybody see it? Is it zoom? Is it doing me a disservice here? There we go. Oh, it just keeps changing what it's focusing on. Hey, Dell. How you doing, buddy? Let's see if I can get this to not have a conniption fit. So, this one is a 35 volt 1000 microfarad. Definitely worth fully checking. So I need to record that one in my book. P447. $35 volts, 1000 UF. Okay. Let's continue on and see what else we can get out of this zone. There's a few more. We have these two right here, and those two. We're definitely removing all those. Gosh, they all look so nasty, I don't know where to go. Alright, let's just go over here. We got 461, 510. Right there. I'm gonna preemptively write these names down. C461. Then we've got C510. I think that's right. I think that's what we're going for here. Boom and boom. Unless it's 461 and 460. Oh gosh, I better check. No, it's definitely this one. This one? What? No, it's this one and this one. Alright, cool. I'm right. 510-461. Good. You don't want to take out an old one of these things. And I wonder if I can get this guy in here. Save some time. Let's try it. Oh, yeah. Of course, I just did 461. No! No! I just made all that point to not do 461 and then just, or not 461, 460. That's too funny. Hey, Ariel, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you stop me from desoldering the wrong capacitor? Just kidding. How are you doing, my friend? Remember, guys, that the RetroTech collection is live. I'm going to drop a link to that here shortly. I have to try to take a break from these capacitors. We'll get to more stuff about that in a second. But yes, we do have amazing merch thanks to Ariel Aces, this wonderful store. Ariel, actually, you can drop a link right now if you are able to. If not, I will soon. We're going with 461 first. 250 volt, 22 UF. Nishikan again. We're getting some good capacitors, but you'll notice some of these now are lower temperature rated, 85 degrees. I prefer not to use 85 degree temperature capacitors. In my rebuilds, I try to always up that to the next level, you know, that really good stuff. Now let me make sure that I should get the right capacitor here. There it is. Thank you. So yes, please, if you've been waiting to add the coolest sticker in the world to your CRT, go check out that link that was just posted right there in the live chat. Best quality stickers there are. think we got some new shirts probably coming eventually. Hippie summertime collection. We gotta go through the. We gotta get the primary stuff set up and out of the way first, which is good. All right, let's get this guy out of here. A little bit easier with the FR301 as far as being able to save materials. 200 volts, 10 microfarads. 200 volts, 10 microfarads. Microfarads. Farad. You love Mr. Farad, who came up with the microfarad, macrofarad, metrofarad, whatever. 200 volt 10. All right. You can tell I've been on here an hour because I'm starting to ramble. And we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes, of course. Rambling. I'm rambling like the Ramblin' Wreck. All right, we're going to get these other few. We got those two out. We've got 2 more to go. And then we'll test the capacitors and see where they're at. There's also some others that I'm going to remove and change out eventually. I'm going to change out probably... I might change out all of them on this set, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because this one, it's not a giant cap kit, but it would be like probably... 40, 50, which that is about the average $600 cap kit. So I'm going to give this some $600 loving. But it's going to get loving that I can only afford to give it. Because no one else in their right mind. No one else in the right mind. What's up, Vaporwave? We'll be putting that kind of cash into this thing. Except they're a lover of the tech. There's 419. 419. 419. This one's weird. Oh boy. No, not that weird. 419. It's a Rubicon 1622. 100. 16 volt 2200 right there. Usually find 1 or 2 of these. Yeah, tomorrow's chat or tomorrow's stream. Remember, guys, we're gonna have another stream tomorrow. It's gonna be much more, much more of that chilled out stream with Lewis that everybody loves to see, right? So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I think we're gonna plan for noon, so that's our goal. We're gonna go for it. We've got 1 more to go, and then we're gonna start doing some measurements. Now, like I say, it looks to me like it would be pertinent or important to change probably all of these, especially in here. Especially in here, over my I mean everything. So that's what's eventually going to happen. For today, let's get this last one out, and then we can do some measurements. And I think that, like I said, I'm going to talk to some other friends of mine, some of my ghostly internet friends, and I'm going to see what the possibility of getting this thing to add RGB really is. And if you're here and you haven't already, and you've been enjoying this stream, do me a favor and hit the like button, because it'll make the algorithm tell you tomorrow when I'm live with Lewis. And then it'll also help other people find out that the show's going on, basically. It'll be beneficial. And again, I do have a new episode. I think I'm going to release that Saturday, okay? It's an RGB Mux mod episode. You'll get to see a mod this week that is a successful, I guarantee you, a successful RGB mod. Did I even take the right one out? It doesn't feel like I did. Gosh darn it. Nope. I didn't. Again, I took out the wrong thing. That is the wrong capacitor. That's okay. Reminds me to fix the other spot that I messed up on too. Let's do that real quick. All right, let's go up here. Where's the other one? Oh, you're up here. Up here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The lovely soldier flows like the River Jordan to the dead. Solder points. Brings new life. Alright. That was silly. That was the wrong capacitor. We need to get C530 right under the one I removed. And everything will be okay as long as I don't hit the camera lens with the hot iron of the FR301. Please tell me. It's like pulling tooth. Dentist! Let's get in here and pull that tooth. Welcome, Chewy Chicken. What's up? 100. 100. Oh, I dropped it. Did you see it? I missed it. What did it say? Oops. Where'd you go? Hiding from me. Let's see what this says. 100 volts. 10 microfarads. C530. Okay. Those are 6 capacitors. 6 of them. Let me get this board out of the way for a minute. Six of them. Come on, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's get some tools. See what happens. We're gonna test these capacitors and see what kind of condition they are in after their long life. Inside. So let's see what this little meter does. This is the D-Re, excuse me, D-Re LCR meter, DE5000. What a fun meter. I love tools like this. We're gonna turn this thing on and we're going to do like that. We're going to test and we're going to get microfarad readings, verify those on this meter just by sticking them, hopefully just right down in here. And we're going to need to change the frequency, I think, to 100 hertz. And then just take this first capacitor, the 100, let's see, this is supposed to be 100 microfarads. So let's just stick, might not, no, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be, oh, there it is. It's long enough. Okay. See? Isn't that cool? We got 103. Okay. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to use a different meter, an ESR meter. We're going to We're gonna retest these and test them for, let's test it for basically life. You can use both of these meters in circuit. Now, it's not always going to give you a perfect reading in circuit, but you can. And let's just take it out of that meter and into this one. And this is, again, we're going for 100. So we want to see this stay pretty low on this end. We want the ESR, the ohms reading on it to be pretty low. Okay? So this is just like double checking with multiple tools. Sorry. All right, it has initial bump up, which is fine. It's kind of probably dissipating a little, maybe a little leftover energy. I'm not really getting it. There we go. So we're right at 0.2, which according to, well, so maybe it moves a little bit, but we're over here at 100. We have a pretty good tolerance up to 0.4. So technically, I mean, this capacitor is still good, which doesn't surprise me. Again, this is the one that's the highest quality one that we even found on the entire board so far. It's the 105 degree. Although it did look a bit odd, you got to be worrisome, or you got to be careful with looks. They can be deceiving because it's got this pattern up top to allow the fluid in there to expand and give it a little bit of ability to kind of swell on this metal, as opposed to just being rigid and having no places to expand. So in a post-apocalyptic world and you were stuck trying to use the capacitors that you had, you could definitely, reuse that capacitor, save it in the good pile of parts. Nowadays, I'm still going to change that capacitor. It's pulled. It's 25 years old almost. Let's throw this one in here. Nope, that's backwards. May need to straighten these legs. Some of these we might not have long enough leads on them, and we may need to put the adapter on here. Should be like that. Let's see if we get a reading. Push it down in there and hold it. All right, this is supposed to be 1,000. So you can see this is 941, 942. Now, if we talk about it, okay, right, that's 60. It's about 60 points down, but the tolerance on these things is like 20%. So as long as it's over 800, then it's considered intolerance for microfarads for storage. So this one, again, is looking like it's probably still good. Let's see what it says on the ESR meter. So this one's going to have a very low tolerance. If it's not 0.1, then we need to probably figure it's not good. Now we could just probably do this with it. Let's see what happens if we just read these after this with an ohms meter, like a regular ohms meter, and see what kind of ohms it's producing based on like a fluke ohms meter. So this is 0.1. So again, all these are good, running into the good zone so far. All right, we've got a smaller one here. Hopefully that I don't have to bend. Or this one's 10 microfarads. Hopefully I don't have to bend anything. Let's see. Whoops, I hit a button. That's okay. 9.7 again. And this is just kind of proof that even though, you'll be doing this as preventative, it's not. I mean, these things, maybe they could go a lot longer. Now this is 10. So we're up there. You see the ohms readings at 2.0 right there. Right there. But since we're at 10, we're allowed to be up there. Okay? This is going to have a higher ohms reading. Naturally. That's why it's green still. So still technically good. Let's do these other two kind of quickly. This is 22 microfarads. So this one is... Actually, this one is our first one that is at 1.5 right now. And 1.5 at 22 at 1.5 is in the yellow, so it's just starting to turn right there where my tip is. It's just starting to turn bad or get high ohms readings beyond what you really would like. Let's see what the reading is on the capacitor. 25. So this is an instance where we're actually going over that reading. This one is actually going up. So we have ohms going too high and microfarads starting to go too high on this particular one. Finally, our last one, and then we'll see what they say. I'm going to set this one aside because it's probably the closest to bad so far. This is a Rubicon 85 degree. This is 2200. That's what it should be reading. So there you go. 1986. This one is over 10% out of spec. So it's degrading. Not even getting a reading here. Come on, baby. However, it still has a low ESR. Okay. That's just some fun with those two meters. Let me get this other meter out. And we'll see what it does when we put it on the ohms reading. Now, if we had more precise tools, I think we could get it even better reading, because you can always find more precise tools, at least claims to be more precise. And that's what's up next. We'll get rid of this meter. Get rid of that meter. Let's take out the next one. See what this says. So this should have an ohms reading. This is my Fluke 177. Ohms mode. I wonder if there's a range. Oh no, let's see. K ohms. I don't think that's going to be what we want, but I don't even know. I've never even used this meter to check ohms. It's got to be the wrong range. Overload. Too high. Yeah, this really doesn't... I've never tried this. I just was interested in seeing. Not really getting that. Ronnie, I should have stuff links for all this in the Discord. You can get them on Amazon. I don't think this is going to give me any readings on any of this stuff. This is a 1K. Well, maybe. $32M. I'm not even sure which one that is. But I'm sure we're going like really kind of... Yeah. I don't know. 0.93 M ohms. Alright. Anyway. I don't tend to use this because this thing confuses me when I try to use it sometimes, so I don't. It's got so many different ranges on it. I try to use it for the more straightforward stuff that I need a voltage check, etc. Alright, let's get back to square one. And so that's the TV. I mean, you get to see it working here today. Let's see what else. If anybody wants to come up with if anybody comes up with the information on like this particular model and wants to send it to me, I appreciate that. Also, if there's anything that you think I should know about this particular set, yeah, you can send that information to me. Twitter would be best. Tag me on it if you need to. And I'm going to finish this cap kit up, at least making it. And then, in the meantime, I'm going to try to find that actual manual for this one. And when I study that manual, I'll see if there's spots to inject RGB, how we would need to tune that signal, and then just from there, we just need to find a place to lock in for some sync. And so we have to figure out how to do that exactly, if that's even possible. It might not be possible. I've never really done this style of an RGB mod without having a really detailed guide go along with it. So thank you all for being here and being awesome as usual. I enjoyed our last hour and a half together. I will see you all tomorrow. Please remember, tomorrow there shall be another live stream. And you shall have me, and not just me, shall be Lewis. Lewis shall be here with us. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.